scaled leathery wings, they glide, or on transmuted 2 legs, they walk through a desert. This is Here Be Dragons. My name is Philip, and I am the Dragon Master, and surrounding me on almost all sides are dragons. Roar, hello, dragons.
Hello, dragons.
Hi, Roar.
Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
That was a good intro.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's the best intro you've done.
I know.
Yeah.
I need to get the. Yeah, that almost made sense. I should.
Step it
In a
up.
world.
Where dragons are, these dragons are not. How are you all doing? We haven't been talking at all, so I don't know how you're all doing in your lives. Is anyone playing Marvel Snap, for example? Listen, guys, we got a lot to get through. And one thing we're going to...
I have a guest here that I would like to introduce.
Oh, please.
Oh.
It's like, Ella, I'm cold. You have forsaken me. Oh.
Wow, Paul is really...
Oh no.
Paul is just a stuffed octopus. Yeah,
You know,
Paul,
I thought
you
he'd
have
be
forsaken
taller.
Paul. That's the problem.
I'd just
Can
be a
you
little
grill
taller.
Paul's tentacles?
Oh, man.
I bet it'd be delicious.
Good. Except...
You gotta be
Oh.
careful for fake.
Big asshole Paul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
There
same-
is.
yeah.
This is such a like a whatever. One of my favorite restaurants is called Herringbone, and they do buffalo octopus tentacles, and it is one of the best things I've ever
Bet
eaten.
it, it's good, yeah.
Wow. Well, guys,
I would enjoy that.
Buffalo octopus tentacles is not where I thought we would be at 7:37 tonight, but I'm always excited for these journeys. So one thing, I have actually made a few minor rules changes since we have adjusted this to one of our lore pool system games. This game is now using a D8 system where they roll what are called horde dice. That is horde dice. It sounds like something else if you say it fast. I don't care. But when they roll their horde dice, each of the facets of the dice shows you a different sort of treasure that you can get, and those can matter, but it's really about trying to make matches as opposed to rolling high or like accumulating rolls, which is kind of a fun. I'm enjoying the system. But I've adjusted a couple of things, so we will get to that. But one thing I'll say to all you players is you are going to see something on there called damage ranking. I might also call it damage rating because I'm always really consistent, but usually DR. And the idea of this is this represents how much damage you can be doing, and it kind of gets factored into how difficult a roll is in a fight sequence. But one big feature of it to remember, and this is the part you'll need to, and I will remind you of it as much as I can, and we'll just all try to remind each other. Pierce, shout it out whenever we're starting fight sequences if I don't say anything. The damage ranking of any attack you make, which will either be in the skill if it's something where there's always the same one, like an unarmed attack or a breath weapon. The damage ranking is how many penalty dice you automatically cancel without expending any power to do so. The idea for this is that like if you're a really skilled warrior and you're going to fight like one enemy, it doesn't really matter if you have a dagger or if you have a broadsword, or to put it in Star Wars terms, because I think it explains it a little better. If you have a tiny little, if you have like a vibroblade or you have a blaster cannon, if you're fighting one person and you're good and you roll a success against that, congratulations, you've beaten them. But if you have a vibroblade and you're up against 20 people, and you have a blaster cannon, you're up against 20 people, the blaster cannon would get rid of the disadvantage of all those extra people. So the idea is that it cancels out disadvantage, but doesn't automatically provide you with bonuses or extra rolls. You still have to spend those, but it gets rid of those for free, which is cool. So that's one thing. We'll get to your damage ratings and rankings if we have a fight tonight. I have no idea if we will with this group. We might not even make it in there. You guys might have a long talk with somebody who has a fruit stand outside. I don't know.
Wait, there's a fruit stand outside?
There
I
is
am
a
out of
Ooh,
apples.
yeah, I'm totally into fruit.
There is a fruit stand outside. That's a bit of a spoiler for what's coming, but apologies.
How many quests could that fruit stand launch? Because we want all of them.
The fruit stand that launched 1,000 quests. It is called.
Yeah, we want
The Fruit to Helen, I guess. But there is another thing that we didn't do, and I need you all here for. I've decided the way this is going to work in this game is that its luck is going to be a constantly updating situation by session. So
Okay.
here's what you guys are going to do. There's two ways I can go about this, and I didn't quite figure out which one I was going to do. But basically, every
Tell us the
session
options.
before we start, you're going to roll what your luck will be for this session. And luck rolls come into play whenever it's like there's no actual roll that would make sense for you to make. You can make a luck one to see if but you happen to find the thing you want, or you happen to know this thing, or it's kind of like a catch-all and also covers things that a skill wouldn't cover. It covers just if fortune's on your side. But I want the luck rolls to be a little bit weird. So I think the way a luck roll will work is if all of you will please roll 4d8.
I mean, I would venture to say you want everything to be a little weird, not just.
I mean,
the
that
luck
is
roll.
accurate. But Lord Buku, your luck stone is going to give you a bit of an advantage with this, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Roll it right now.
Roll
Okay.
4d8 and tell me, it's basically you're looking for matches, for degree matches.
Nada.
None.
Nope.
None.
Nothing.
1.
One for Tongart. All right. Elon? Nothing?
A pair of 3s.
Okay, a pair. So, if you have one pair, you are going to be adding that to... So, you will always have 3d8 as your luck. You'll have 3 horde dice. So, but you'll then roll some at the beginning, and you get to add those to see how many you have total. So, Pierce and Andrew today are going to have 4 luck in their pool. Everyone else will have 3. And every session will try a different one. However, Lord Buku, because you have a luck stone, I'm going to let you choose what you want the luck stone to do. Would you like the luck stone to be a flat extra die forever? Or do you want it to be that you get to re-roll each time? You get to make it basically, you get to make 2 rolls each day and pick the better one to do your luck.
Oh. Or just a flat extra luck?
Yeah, it could just be
Extra
one.
die.
Your luck pool starts at 4 instead of 3.
I'll just take the flat extra luck.
Understood. I'm going to type that into your possessions on your lore pool sheet. But you have then you have 4 as well.
Cool.
And are these? There's no expending.
I don't
luck in
think
this
we're
one.
doing the expending because it's too big a thing to expend. And you
Yeah.
already have your power
Makes
to
sense.
get rerolls and stuff. Luck,
Sure.
having your luck as an expendable thing makes so much more sense in the D100 system. So I think for this, it's just a way to kind of bring in a little bit of like, yeah, but maybe you got a 4 on this, maybe you found it. Yeah, it's just that kind of vibe.
Okay.
So when do we use luck exactly?
Luck will be, and please ask me if a luck could apply to a situation, but luck will be a circumstance where, like, it won't happen in this game, but like the example they give in Call of Cthulhu that makes sense is you make a luck roll if you run out onto the street and it's the middle of the night and you need to find a taxi. You make a luck roll to see,
Okay.
Look, there's a taxi here. Or, like, I'm stuck in a shed. Does there happen to be a weapon I can use against the zombies?
So it's really for luck things. It's more often something that you would call for as opposed to us calling
Exactly.
for.
But you can always
Go,
ask
I
for
need
them.
this.
And what you can also do for luck is sometimes you might have a terrible score in some other thing, but you could say, could I make a luck roll and maybe I just happen to, like, this thing bounces, typically you'll need a higher degree of success for that. But, if, for example, let me look at your sheet. I'm not trying to shame anyone's stats.
Oh,
okay.
so then okay.
So in other words, maybe for you, if you needed to create something, you would need a higher degree of success to do that if you're going to use luck. If you're like, I'm just going to throw some paint at the wall and hope it looks like abstract. You could do that, and that would be a luck roll to see, like, as it happens, it just put out perfectly, as opposed to you doing a compose create, but the DC would be, or like the difficulty you need, you could either roll a compose create hoping to get a single pair, or you'd need at least 3 of a kind on a luck. It's that kind of thing.
I got you.
Yeah. So I think we're
Cool.
Uh-oh. I threw my gum off screen and it went the wrong place. Hold on, everybody.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to end well.
It typically doesn't.
It's not that I don't have faith in your skills. It's just like random throwing of gum in a room is.
Well, I don't really want to get in. I used to spit it, and then one time when Aaron was here, I spit and it didn't even leave my mouth. Have you ever done that where you like try to spit gum and like you don't? It doesn't even like. It was like. It's there still. And
Embarrassing.
the degree to which she laughed, I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna spit it anymore. Then it went far this time. It just wound up. It wound up on a Lego shelf, but it didn't touch a Lego. Because gummy Legos, let me tell you guys, that's on my list of red flags.
Yeah, that's a sticky situation.
Hey, it's funny because I wanted the tactile feeling.
Bada boom.
So great. Okay, are there any other questions about? I know we just did a little bit of housekeeping there. If we gave you guys your luck scores for the day, which we're gonna, if I could always remember, we'll do every time. Guys, okay.
Wow,
Bless
bless
you.
you.
It's straight.
Oh, that hurt, guys. My brain hit the front of my skull.
You need some petting in there.
Yeah, I really do.
You doing all right?
Some memory foam or something.
Some part. Oh, I hope it was not an important part of my blurn.
It was broken.
What's happening? What are we doing? Game. This is which
As
one?
in-
Yeah, so in the black and white world of Gray in the Dark, you guys, all cats look blood from a stone. So grab your blasters and which game is this? Right. Oh yeah. It's the talking one. Okay.
That's all of them, Philip.
It really is all of them.
You girl with the eyes. Knew Pierce would get it.
Yeah. He's doing comedy at Largo right now, and it's like constantly
is he?
sold out. Yeah.
That'd be fun to see, actually.
All right. Well. I guess our recap is that you guys, you are dragons. Bipeds attacked your home world. You fled on a series of adventures, gaining every quest in the book, and some that had to be created because they weren't already in the book. You traveled through the Fairylands, where you sought refuge. You then, from there, traveled to the Shadowland, to the Shadow World, because I don't know, why not? There was I think Jed described it as one of Philip's classic sort of nice but clearly evil talking characters. Like when you first met one of those shadow elves who's like, I don't know why you're here, and you're like, yeah, okay, let's follow this. So you went to the Shadow World. They told you don't go in that purple place, but then this one Aasimar rogue made you so mad that you followed them into the Dreadlands, into the Mist, which they told you was a prison. You went in, your bodies were transformed into those of Dragonborn, and now you have kind of basically just said, well, let's acquire some wealth before we fight the Dreadlord here and get out.
It's just occurred to me that we're gonna have to track. I mean, yes, I want to track down Emniel for many reasons, but also, she has our treasure. She stole it from us. So we
Yeah,
have to get-
Emniel is the one with
And
the
I want her or his brain.
Oh yes, the ring of commanding elementals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If only you guys had just let Emniel go. Could have just let her go. Didn't have to follow her.
Her brain.
So, in any event, you have successfully done one dungeon here. You completed the, what?
I was just thinking about when we followed Amniel and like ended up ruining ourselves and getting ourselves stuck in this mist world, and just I felt kind of like like a stock market crash bubble, where it's like I was following everybody else because they were following everybody else, and we're like what's wrong with this? Like
I thought you were driving.
We shouldn't mess with her, right? But we shouldn't let her go. So we're just
Yeah.
kind of continuing going until it gets bigger and bigger.
I don't
and
know.
then
This
all of a
seems,
sudden
yeah, and I'm
precipitously
sure,
falls.
yeah, that really is what happened, and I'm sure that I, as the DM, was, speaking in such a way that, all right, she's getting this far away, and you guys are like, all right, we better do something about that, because I'm a bad person, and and I got exactly what I wanted. So
It was a trap that you set for us. Let's be
Well,
Let's be honest.
usually Philip does all Philip has to do go is just like whisper at the possibility of a domain of dread, and I'm going through that
That's
door.
true, yeah.
This was the one time I was not going to, and then I like pratfalled into it
Yep.
basically.
You stepped on a
Ugh.
rake and fell into the exactly. So,
Yeah.
so with that, you have successfully completed the Tomb of the Gentle Breeze. You have acquired the Sword of the Gales, which might have some really fun like connectivity with some of your other weapons, or with some of your own breath weapon skills. Your horde is getting bigger, and you might be able to increase your abilities a little bit by getting like another big thing. You sort of banked that for half rather than leveling up skills. You'll try to level up abilities instead. So yeah, that is where we left off. You chose basically Elon. Kind of wanted to leave everyone in there, but Shishu sort of said no. They're my biggest fans. So you rescued some of your friends after they got caught by, I don't know, some aberration that was fighting another one. To be honest, whatever was going on between all those aberrations in there, Charlie and Paul and all the, it was too much, quite frankly.
I was doing the
Yeah.
Lord's work if the Lord is wealth.
Amen. And the Lord is wealth, according to this party.
I'm a lord.
He is Lord Bukubasan, and he does look damn good as a
But I
dragon.
mean capital L Lord.
Oh, leave me. I spelled it
Meaning
with capital.
money.
I spell it with the capital. So, with all that in mind, you have decided that as your next destination. So you technically have done two dungeons. I misspoke. You did the Pit of Oshtar, your first one.
Yes.
Now you've done Tomb of the Gentle Breeze. There are a couple of others that remain, including eventually the Tomb of Infinity. But you're kind of holding off on that for now, and instead you are heading to the Great Pyramid of Eternal Diversion.
Oh, you guys, this is my problem. I'm kind of ADD. So I hope that this is like
I
Not
wonder if we should take a break first, a short break maybe.
And in fact, we will be hand waving a bit of that. You guys, please recover all of your power as you
Ooh.
spend a
Oh my
couple
God,
of days
thank you.
walking across the desert, resting, kind of slowly. And you don't even have to rest. It's just like, after 24 hours or so, I'm sure you're all back up. Tongart's up after, a couple hours probably. So you travel because this one, as far as you can tell from the instructions that were given to you by one Eldo a while back, this one is a little bit further out. So allow me to read tonight's invocation, and then we'll get into it. Guys, this one, as they all are, because these are just OG classic invocations here. This one is so close to my heart. And now the chilly California wind is blowing down our bodies again, and we're sinking deeper and deeper in the chilly California sand. Oh, I know you belong inside my aching heart. And can't you see my faded Levi's bursting apart? And don't you hear me crying, oh babe, don't go? And don't you hear me screaming, how was I to know? Should I do the whole thing, or should I split it there?
I kind of love it.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, near the end of the line. But there's a border just somewhere waiting, and there's a tank full of time. Oh, give me just another moment to see the light of the day, and take me to another land where I don't have to say that I'm gonna need somebody to make me feel like you do, and I will receive somebody with open arms, open eyes, open up the sky, and let the planet that I love shine through. For crying out loud, you know I love you. For crying out loud, you know I love you. Bat Out of Hell, track 7, I think? It's the last one, whatever it is.
Well,
Anyway,
we can appropriate with the weather here right now.
kind of is, yes. So, as you guys make your way
What does the
through,
weather have to do with that?
Well, it starts with the cold sand. I mean, it's cold.
The chilly
never
It is
cold.
about the chilly California sand.
There's
Also,
never chilly California except now.
there is
I
no
just
more
love hearing
Jim
lyrics
Steinman
about
lyric
fucking, and
than-
all of a sudden we're talking about the weather. Like,
Lord.
there's nothing about the weather here.
So
Well, exploding jeans, fine, sure.
yeah, the faded Levi's bursted apart. That's about as Jim Steinman a lyric as you're gonna find. All right, so in any event, we begin a few days later. The desert is hot. The terrain is difficult to navigate, but you kind of have someone who's good at that with you. XigXag, would you please make for me a tracking roll? I think
Tracking,
is what it's called under intellect. And the way this works is you get to roll 7 dice. It's under your lore pool sheet. You get to roll 7 dice. One of them's a dragon die, so you get to roll 7 and change one to a number of your choice after the fact.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Right, and I'm re-rolling 1. Oh, nice. I have 4 8s.
4 8s. Is that before you changed one to an 8?
No, it's
That's with changing
after
one.
I
All
changed
right.
one.
So with a
Actually,
fourth...
rolled it. I re-rolled the one, and then it rolled an 8.
Oh, perfect. Okay, there you go. Well, you don't even have to re-roll it. You just you
okay.
change it to whatever you want. I might have said
Oh,
re-roll,
oh,
which is
oh.
a mistake on my part. Yes, you literally change it to whatever you want, but you rolled to the thing, so more the betterful.
It was meant.
So, with that, it really does pay to have a ranger in the party. That's kind of a big thing I often say. So much of just traditional Dungeons and Dragons, which this game is super far removed from now, but its origin was in that.
Well, except that we are dragons in dungeons.
Literally, yes. Actually, this is more. It is your dragons going into dungeons. That's fair.
Dragons in
It is
dungeons,
about as D&D as it gets. But I really do think that rangers are an underappreciated thing because, like, if the campaign is traveling through the wilderness from one place to another with only vague understanding of directions, it's really good to have rangers who literally can't get lost in certain terrains, etc. And with XigXag here, who was kind of one of these hunter dragons, who kind of was the equivalent of that, XigXag is able to lead you guys at a rapid rate as well, twice as fast as you usually should be able to go. If XigXag were alone, she could go 3 times as fast, but hey, who's counting? XigXag might be. So the point is, it doesn't take long for you to arrive at this sort of secluded area far from the Great River here in High Delcat. And yet, as you approach, you begin to see a lush grove of palm trees and kind of almost oasis-like plant growth. In the distance from there is a exquisitely beautiful pyramid. This one has been enchanted with sort of rainbow-colored crystals that kind of are giving sort of those like light up patterns across it that even in the brightness of, well, actually we'll see what time of day you guys are here. Yes, even it's mid-afternoon, so with the sun beating down, it's bright enough that there's this kind of like tranquil sort of pattern of rainbow colors covering this pyramid, which with your pretty impressive perceptions and such things, you suspect is a stone pyramid, but it must have like either an enchantment over it or actual crystals applied to the outside of it.
I just wait. Isn't y'all are seeing this, right? Like I'm not the only one, because like this is kind of like the stereotypical Mirage thing, and I just want to make sure that I'm not the only one seeing this.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's a little bit tacky, if you ask me.
It's got such a chic aesthetic.
Okay.
I'm just looking forward to some shade. You know what I mean? Not the
Just
the
throw it.
harmful kind, more of like the restful kind, the respite of it all.
Okay. Do we see an entrance?
The pyramid is still a fair ways off, but you can
Oh.
certainly just kind of meander towards it. you can see that, and honestly, you guys probably would want to. There is like a spring of water around which various plants are growing, and you are all certainly quite thirsty, even with XigXag's kind of ability. So if you'd like to go, I would recommend getting some water because you're probably on your last. Yeah.
Definitely.
What is this temple called again?
This is the Great Pyramid
Divergence?
of Eternal Diversion.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. Yes. Let's...
I feel like as soon as Shishu gets close to being able to somehow document her, I feel like the entrance to this thing is like a big Instagram background.
It definitely is, but but imagine that you guys have
far away.
like you're not. What's a distance of it? Like you are at downtown Disney, and you can like see like so like you can see the castle in the distance, but you're gonna have to move
Yeah,
around
Shishu's
first.
gonna be like, "Come on, let's go. We need to get."
Okay,
we
so do
need
you want to
get-
head straight there or stop for water?
We
Or do we
need
need-
water, but I would like to.
The water.
Yeah. Can I investigate the water to make sure it is not gonna
Sure.
poison
Well,
us?
and with
or...
actually, as you get begin to get closer to the water, you do detect XigXag a few beasts, as well as kind of just within your scent, you can smell there are some bipeds.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, I tell the others.
Well, so far, it really hasn't been the bipeds has been the problem for us here. Right?
Yeah, it's been it's just the boredom really.
Well, I kind of also feel like the incorporeal things that nearly devoured our souls and eliminated us from existence.
Also,
that
like
is my-
not like the tail thing is also it's really bugging me.
what tail thing?
Is that affecting you as well? I
not having a
feel
tail.
off balance
Yeah.
constantly.
Well, no,
Yeah.
just the fact that like Buku doesn't have one. It's gross to look at.
Not
And you
the
have the
only one with
urge
that.
to wag your tail and you can't.
Yeah, do you have
mean-
phantom tail pain? Books?
Is that what that is?
Mm,
Not pain, but like I feel it there.
yeah.
It's
Well,
it's very strange.
I have phantom wings.
You phantom
Okay,
wings?
well,
You can.
Yeah, I want to flap them, but they're
Oh,
not
like
there.
like you. Oh, sorry. I thought you had like gotten.
I
Ghost
was
wings and not
wondering
told-
why you keep
not
doing
told me
this with
about
your
that.
arms. That's a weird.
But now I understand the conversation we're having. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Anyway, there are some bipeds and whatnots around the water. I guess we should make our way there anyway.
It does
Wow.
seem that we could probably get some information that way. I would just suggest maybe we do our best though to stay on point.
Do we not?
The
know?
last dungeon we were in seemed very apropos of its title,
Right.
and I'm a little bit nervous that this one will be a little bit apropos of its title as well.
Yeah, I've sort of been thinking about that. I'm hoping that it's just like a musical thing, but maybe actually that might be a problem because we're all like immune to having our minds controlled now, right? And I kind of figured that would be sort of the infinite diversion aspect of it, that it might like lull you into always wanting to hang out here. Like, like when you go on vacation, you're like, oh, I wish I could never leave here, except then you never leave there.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like every group of friends has that one place that they hang out?
Right.
Maybe this could be that for us.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, this does look like a nice hangout spot. Plenty of shade and water, and looks like there's some fruit.
Once we explore this dungeon, that might actually I'd be very much excited to have this be that spot for us.
I'm heading towards the water.
All right. As you walk to the water, XigXag, you soon see that there are a pair of dragonborn, draconics, as we often call them here, who are sort of like near the water. They have a couple of camels with them. One of them is just sort of like at the water, just kind of sort of like running a claw through kind of the ripples. Just having a decent time. The other is sort of sitting back in the sand, kind of like up against a palm tree. There's some leafy growth nearby, and she is just sort of like strumming on on some kind of like instrument, some kind of harp like thing, and she's sort of singing 3 p.m. at the Oasis. That just doesn't have the right. 4 late afternoon at the Oasis. No, I don't know. Oh dear. Just very
How
languid.
about sunset?
Sunset.
Sunset
Oh.
at the
Oh.
Oasis, maybe.
Oh, the Pharaoh's grace upon you, travelers.
Or
hello.
you too.
Hey. Hi.
Hello.
That was grace upon you all.
Actually,
Oh.
I would like to just walk straight into the water and
Yeah.
plop down to cool off.
Enjoy it. Wonderful. Groovy.
Have you been here
this
long?
If you place, I know it. I know it.
Oh, not too long. We always head to the Oasis when we can. It's a yeah. Hi. Wait. Did you say something?
No,
No,
I
did
just,
you-
hello. I was.
Oh, hello. Sunset at the Oasis. That sounds right, but
Getting close, I feel like.
maybe just cool. Great.
Oh,
You seem quite happy.
Oh, well,
a
I
little
mean,
bit
it's so
weird.
much better here than in the desert where giant scorpions try to eat you, right?
I mean,
wait, there are giants. See, not the bipeds that are the problem.
Have you
Yeah.
not?
No.
I think you guys actually did have to fight one giant scorpion, like way back in the before.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Like a year ago.
yeah. Like a year ago.
It was before we met the brickborn.
I believe so. On your way to there was a giant scorpion.
Accurate.
So yeah, but this pair, and then the one with the water sort of looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, sup? You guys here
Hey.
for the Oasis?"
no, man, but what's up?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Hey,
You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
hanging out here, or
yeah.
Hey.
mind if we
And
join you?
booze,
What?
bro.
Mind if we join you? Like, what's your story, man?
Oh man, just enjoying the place.
That's very vague.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's also just like accurate. I don't know. It's hard in the desert.
Oh my god, it's so
just-
accurate.
It's really
I totally
cool that,
feel
like,
that.
It's like really cool that like by the grace of the Pharaoh, there's this wonderful oasis that travelers can come to. You know
Who's the pharaoh?
what?
Who's the pharaoh?
They like look at each other and like start laughing.
I know, it's a good joke. It's a good
That's
one. it's a
funny
good one.
because like,
yeah.
if you guys were, if you guys weren't of dragon blood, we'd have to be sounding the alarms so the guardians could come destroy you. But since you're
I
of
know.
dragon blood, this place is for you. Like,
Right.
but I mean, yeah, the Pharaoh.
No,
Oh, God.
let's get it.
I honestly I know it's kind of weird. I really love the Pharaoh. I understand that we're technically I don't care. I think it's great.
You're technically. Come on, spit it out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, whoa! I'm so sorry. Wait, did you? Oh, you're all dusty. Yeah, come on in. Oh, do you guys want some Nymphia?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Sorry.
That sounds
Oh man, we've been harvesting. And they bring out some. They begin to sort of bring out like some water lilies.
Like you've been harvesting like you guys do the manual labor, or like you have like who does that?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because it's fun to like work with your hands, Here, would you like one? And this one kind of like heads over to you, Shishu, and holds you a
Oh my god,
Nymphia.
thank you. Yeah, I love an Nymphia.
Awesome.
Now,
Yeah.
I need to know: are these like just like edible flowers, or are we like in Willy Wonka land where it's a teacup?
No, it's they're handing you a flower.
Okay.
And then they both like take one and are like,
Admittedly, instantly disappointed.
it's delicious, yeah. Cool.
I just do whatever they do. I exactly mirror whatever they
Okay,
do.
then yeah, you eat one. Shishu, it's a it doesn't hit immediately, but like Nymphia,
Uh-oh.
like lilies, lotus eaters. I don't know where these are, whatever. It's a very it's a very pleasant narcotic effect. It sort of takes hold over a moment or so after you have one. Would anybody else like one? They're
They also
offering.
feel tickly. I feel tickly. I feel like
that's great.
tickly.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
hand some.
absolutely, man. I'm
They'll
100%.
hand some to anyone who wants one. But they're just
Okay,
they just talk about like some of the stuff the Pharaoh. Man, some people seem so sad under the Pharaoh, but I think they've never made it to the Oasis because they probably got eaten by. And then the one with the harp is like by those giant scorpions, right? Giant scorpion at the Oasis. Bury all of your friends. That doesn't sound good. I don't like that song. Yeah, don't do that one. That was bad.
Why would you bury your friends?
Oh, because the giant scorpions like stung them all, and they're dead.
No. Just I would say
So sorry about your
Nope.
friends.
kind of move forward. Don't look back in anger at it all. Like let it wash over you.
Of course. Yeah, I can't even
Well, maybe
remember
it's
my
your
friends'
friends.
names. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you guys thirsty?
Wait, your friend got
Or-
eaten?
Oh, I think so. Do you? Wasn't there? He's like, I don't really remember. Probably. A lot of people. I know there are giant scorpions.
It's
out
funny
there.
that you remember the Pharaoh, but not your friends.
Oh, of course, remember the Pharaoh. Of course, everyone knows the Pharaoh. Grace of the Pharaoh upon us all. Oh,
Well,
it's
also to be
amazing.
fair, there's like statues of the pharaoh, right? There's not really statues of our friends.
That's true.
Right,
And actually,
because-
they will point at like a column nearby that is a beautiful statue of this like large dragon with a sort of the ceremonial like long thin beard that will be on sort of the representations of pharaohs. The dragon has one of those in this sort of column.
I have a statue like
your
that of
friend.
me.
Do you remember what your friends look like? Because I could draw a picture of them in my book.
Oh, that's true. Shishu's actually quite talented at most artistic things.
Almost.
You could I know it. Will you describe your friend, and I'm gonna draw your friend.
I think he or she or they
Okay. got
was
it.
definitely a draconic and had scales and
Okay.
like claws and eyes and like maybe gold. I think they were gold. No, I think you're just saying that because they're gold. Oh, that's true. Maybe it's just because you're gold. No, I think they were gold too. Whoever they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was drawing in her book.
Wait a second. Was it my brother? What color? Oh. Maybe they were blue, actually. I think it might have been my brother. I'm not sure. No, my brother. No, I almost
You don't
think
remember
my
if
brother.
your brother died?
No, it was somewhere.
This is my brother, and I would remember if he died.
I'm
I'd be
sure you
dead.
would, but as you say that though, Shishu, there is this you do have like a sort of like numbing feeling in your brain, as you've consumed one of these.
And I looked
delicious
at
flowers.
Ella, and I'm like, "Are you still alive?"
No.
Wait, when did you die, Alon?
I mean, inside. I don't know. Probably. I was probably 12. I don't know,
Whoa,
13.
Well, you're dead inside.
When he signed his first venture capital raise.
Yeah. It was around that time.
XigXag,
Well,
you
let's-
suddenly smell several undead.
Well, let's dig into that, man. Let's get into that.
I
Let's peel
tell
back
them
the layers
one-
of the Elon onion here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tell
Wait, you guys
those
have-
who are not imbibed, not
So in other words, that's Elon who's in the middle of the conversation. They when you say that, Tonkart, they ask, "Wait, you guys have onions? That would be great."
Unfortunately, no. It was more of just sort of a metaphor.
Wait, Were you guys here? So XigXag, if you'd like to mention something to Elod, you can sort of do so.
Alan, we have undead incoming. I don't know if we should be worried.
Yeah, I'll sort of take a look around.
Both of you make perception checks then.
Is Vanguard is the
Vanguard had a flower, right?
Yeah.
Great.
I actually do have one thing, and it's like a very whatever thing. I'm just trying to determine our friends here. How much of what they are experiencing in their demeanor are the flower, and how much of it is the pharaoh?
Oh, how interesting.
Is there a way for me to discern that?
Go ahead and do, I guess, a read person on them.
Oh, I don't see perception on here.
I am so sorry. That's because there's about a million kinds of it, and I'm a fool. You may choose.
Look?
I would say look, probably in this case, is probably most apt. XigXag, I suppose you could do smell if you wanted to.
Okay, is it on the? Yeah, I'll do smell.
Cool. And Buku and Shichu, it's beginning to hit now. So it's just a real pleasant, real like, whoa, what was I ever even worried about?
Yeah.
Oh, this feels great.
I feel like
what did you roll?
You shoot. I feel like a champagne supernova. Is that kind of what you're getting with that?
Oh,
In the sky?
a champagne supernova sounds good.
In the sky would be
Landslide?
amazing.
Oh my god, where were you when we were getting high? Probably here, or dead.
I was here.
Oh man, Tongar.
We're in a scorpion.
Tongar, what did you roll?
I have a 5 to the third power.
5 to
and
the third
pair of
power.
eights, but with the 5.
With a third power success, and also you maybe would get a little extra on this, although then there's like less caring. It begins to hit you as well, and you're like, oh, it's definitely these. It's mostly these. You don't even think it's the pharaoh so much as just like
These.
It's mainly these.
Okay.
But
Right.
it may be with a third degree. I'll say like you have heard things about the pharaoh like dominating the minds of all dragons here or whatever. So you maybe suspect that the pharaoh, like, there are certain people who are just like, let's just roll with it. Yeah. But at this point, I need Shishu, Lord Buku, and Tongart to please do a resist disease. It's under your vitality.
Oh, okay. Because I
And-
want Shishu to go kind of lay down on the floor.
Understood. You can do that regardless.
I got a pair of coinage and a pair of trinket.
Which would you like to go with?
Where is resist? Oh,
It's under
resist
vitality.
Vitality.
Trinkets.
Trinket. Okay, great. A pair of trinket. And then XigXag, what did you roll?
3 8s and 2 7s.
Which will you go with?
8s.
8. I'll tell you what, I'll let the 7s be a glance as well. You sort of sniff, and basically with you sort of like sniffing in the right direction, you can point Ella, and you both actually see that kind of like coming like around from somewhere off to the side around some other sort of palm trees. There are like a number of just like skeletal individuals like wearing like robes, just kind of like traipsing along in that awkward skeleton way. On sand, it's even worse. And they're just kind of, and as they're sort of making.
What kind of robes are there? Some.
They're white robes.
officials?
They seem to be in pretty good condition, not covering their whole like they seem to have like a headdress and kind of like a skirt kind of thing and maybe like a little thing, but they're mostly, you can see a lot of bones on the top half basically.
Do I think that there are some officials working for the pharaoh?
And they are of like their skulls are like reptilian, so you think they were once draconics. Perhaps they are officials working for the pharaoh or something, but they are sort of making their way over here. So you and Elon spot them. At this point, Shishu, Tongart, and Lord Buku, how did we do on our resist disease?
I rolled a success on trinkets.
Trinkets. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's on gemstones.
Gemstones.
One pair for Tome.
Tome. So you're all in second degree success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And nobody in talisman. Understood. So, you all are, I'll simply phrase it as you are feeling it. you are like, there's a sluggishness to you. You're all like, okay, this is nice. But you're not like forgetting anything. You're not, you know.
Sure.
There's like you wouldn't want to do a Sudoku right now.
Well,
No, but I might want to cuddle if anybody wants to cuddle.
Lord Buku knocks over everyone.
I mean, I'm here if you need.
All right, cuddle.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I'm obviously the big spoon.
Yeah. This is great. This feels. Yep.
I'd like to just kind of walk over and like lean down like a little too close and just be like, but how does the I'm just trying to understand some process. How does the champagne explode? Like, how is it a supernova? I understand those two concepts separately.
To explode against like all the laws of the universe so that it implodes on itself and then expands again?
Yeah, and then that flavor's on your tongue.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
At this point, XigXag and Elon, to whatever degree you guys are watching that, these skeletons are kind of like walking over to you, and they just kind of are like looking at everyone very carefully from their undead open eye sockets.
Do they seem to have ill intent, or they just want to watch?
I think you can make what is your read person under Will? What is your read person?
Oh, I bet it's pretty. My read person.
Yeah.
5.
I would say with a 5, you sense no hostility. They seem to be sort of coming like with some purpose and like they're walking swiftly, but there's no hostility in their bearing. They seem to just be like checking you all. Your two friends here who have handed out Nymphaea, they're kind of like, they kind of wave, and one of the skeletons even kind of like does this weird like.
All right, we'll roll with it.
Are those did your friends get eaten and come back as skeletons?
Oh wait. Do you think those are our friends? Did we used to know you? Are you somebody that I used to know? Oh,
that's good. That's good. That's good.
At the
Write that
oasis
one
that
down.
I used to know.
Was there?
That's catchy.
Yeah.
Wait, is there like another? Is there another oasis?
Maybe.
Or are you
Yeah.
still talking about this one?
Yeah, because I feel like once you've met the Oasis, you always know it.
They're at the oasis.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there
we
another
are.
oasis? Right.
Is
okay.
this the Liam Oasis or the Noel Oasis?
Did you stick to the oasis? Did you know?
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick
Oasis
to the
falls.
oasis and the pools that you always knew about. That's too many syllables. But in any case,
there though.
the skeletons sort of stand here for a few moments. They all walk off. One of them stays a little longer, just kind of like looking at XigXag and Elon.
I'm just gonna. Can I pick up one of the flowers and walk over to the skeletons and offer it? I feel like maybe. You seem like you might.
The
Need to
skeleton
relax.
takes your hand in these sort of bony little things and pushes your hand up with the flower in it, like to your mouth.
Oh, I already have one. I'm just trying to share, you know.
It then kind of like folds your fingers over and just taps it twice. And the two others who have been here, they both say, "By the grace of the Pharaoh." And it kind of turns back
that
to
was
water.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait, by the grace of the Pharaoh. By the grace of the Pharaoh.
It's gone now.
Oh, fun.
By the grace of the Pharaoh.
Yeah, by the grace of the Pharaoh, now you get it. Well, so were you guys here for the? I'm pretty
I
sure.
whispered in Buku's ear, who's the pharaoh?
Luca just looks at you, Shishu, as you're holding him, and he goes, "This might be the greatest day of my life." No, don't ever. Let's never change. Make this day last forever.
There's I mean, are you guys here? Like, are you gonna watch the light show before you have to head back out?
What's the light show?
It just kind of points to the pyramid and kind of, you know, pyramid's probably like not like a quarter mile, half mile away.
It comes from the pyramid?
Yeah, well, at night it's like, at night, take like 2 of these, and like take one and then kind of just hold the other one under your tongue and just like, it's great. It's great.
I feel like we need to get over there because I have to do some drawings for my followers.
Oh, well, you can't go too close. Like when you start getting close, you can feel like the will of the Thera like holding you back.
No. We shouldn't move.
It's like really much better to stay here. You can go you can get a little closer, but we kind of like being close to the water because sometimes you see the light bouncing off. Oh, it's awesome.
I'm gonna get up because I feel like this guy is bumming me out now. Like I'm just.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What? Oh, which
go.
guy did he get eaten by a scorpion?
Why are you bumming her out?
Oh,
That's
no.
not cool, man.
That's bad. I don't know how to handle this. There we go. Layton's back.
He handled it, Shishu. We're all good now. We can just chill here a little longer.
No, I'm gonna go. I get up.
Okay.
Okay, let go.
No, I'm fine. I thought we were going to.
Fine.
I thought we were going together. No, okay.
Are you just laying there alone on the floor?
Yep.
Just in the sand. The one with the harp is kind of going because maybe.
I'll come lay down
That,
next to Lord Bukupasan, like face to face. No. So how you doing, man?
So cold right now.
Ask him about his feelings.
Cold?
I don't really. No, I think you guys.
If you want, like I kind of like give off a lot of heat. If you want,
That's
more
true. Tongard is unpleasant to cuddle with.
I don't think Ellen. I don't
not-
think those lily pads were like a regular salad. You know?
No, I don't think they. I think you guys are. Hey, remember? Hey, Sheesh, remember that time when we were in, we were in school together, and
in school, yeah.
Yeah, and we got into the potion cabinet. Remember that?
Oh my god! And
I was holding back. Yeah, I was like holding your
Yeah.
wings back all night.
yeah.
Yeah.
I vomited a lot.
I think this is a similar thing.
No, I feel that, but I feel like it might be wearing off, and I'm coming to my senses. But like,
Not quite.
not quite.
Not
No.
quite yet.
Oh
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no! This is just the thing. Like,
my
no, this is just the
reality
thing where you
shifted.
think
Let me
it's
put it
going,
that
and it's
way.
gonna go harder in just a little bit.
You're like, guys, I'm fine now.
Yeah, exactly.
Unrelated. Since when were your eyes 2 giant black pits? Yeah. So.
Tongard, it's not the same. But thank you. And he huddles next to Tongard.
Oh yeah, sure. But if you need to warm up, that's fine.
Don't go anywhere.
XigXag, you smell another biped and another beast. After.
Which
I
direction?
think
Do
you're
I know
not
what
any-
direction?
It is coming from away. It's coming from out in the desert.
Can I tell what race the biped is?
You can make a smell roll for that. Shishu, did you have a question?
Yeah.
Shishu has not noticed any of these bipeds in the state that she's in.
This is XigXag can smell people 1,000 feet away,
Right.
with the crazy thing. So
XigXag.
XigXag often has an advance notice, but
That is 4-2.
four twos. Yeah,
Because
okay.
I have a dragon dice. I rolled 3.
On
and
smell you do?
one.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, XigXag. Of course you do, because this was your special feature.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
XigXag, you do sort of
Right.
sniff, and you can definitely smell scales. So there is a draconic coming. And if you kind of point this out, eventually the other two are kind of being quiet. Buku and Tanga are laying on the ground. Shishu's moved away because that was a bummer. Elon, I'm not sure what you're doing, but basically as XigXag, another camel sort of rides up, and this one rides sort of more specifically towards you. Although XigXag, if you're watching it, which I assume you are, you notice that this one pauses and like raises like a Kopesh sword and kind of like waves it a few times in the direction that those undead came from. XigXag, if you, Elon, I'll say you can be seeing this as well. I think Tongart and Lord Bugu probably are not, but Shishu, Elon, and XigXag, if any of you would like to make a real person roll, you could, just on whatever that is about. But then this person,
I'm not good at that, but I try.
yeah,
I
give
have
it a shot.
suspicion.
But this individual is then riding sort of over to the oasis.
I have 2 8s.
Okay.
Well done.
Oh my god. I rolled a pair of trophy.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
way to go!
Yeah.
How many
I
do you
know.
have for this usually?
2.
That's
I've,
that's the best. Is when you have 2 and you make a match.
Yeah.
A paratome.
Great. So all 3 of you kind of get the impression, because you know those guys came over. This is someone who's like I'm here, it's me. You know, this is like a pilot going through TSA, like checking in, but doing it very sort of casually or you know, matter of factly. This person sort of rides over, kind of stops their camel upon sort of seeing the 5 of you, but then sort of hops off. This is a draconic with sort of very like kind of like deep green scales.
Oh.
And he's wearing like kind of like a black sort of robe with like a black, you know, hood, kind of something to sort of one would think this would be really hot in the sun, but sort of just hops off of the camel and gets a few sort of like containers for water and just sort of looks at you all and very sort of very kind of brusquely will say, "Grace of the Pharaoh," and begins just filling up water.
What news? Bud?
Stands up. You seek news.
Always.
You've not had any of the flour.
Not yet.
Little news. Little news, but I don't go places there are news. I ride the boundaries. I watch the mist.
Any changes in the mist?
Yes, but within standard parameters, I suppose. Cluck, 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 cluck. What news do you bring to this oasis? News here at the oasis. No, that's not good either. No.
How does he react to them?
With 5 read person, seen their kind, doesn't care, knows they have just like they don't even count as people.
Right.
And it seems to be looking at Tongart and Buku in a similar way. You talking to him, and maybe XigXag looking with a little too much sharpness behind the eyes. He's kind of looking at you too, but he's just loading up on some stuff.
I'll just say like something vague about the village that we came from with all the scroll people, like some you know, something innocuous about
Keep it very vague. Okay, sure.
Yeah. It's just like you know, a little bit of interesting, you know, just basically like I'll say something along the lines of the I don't remember what the name of the village where the false the prophet that we
So that was
killed
if you
was.
so this actually sort of matters in terms of keeping vague. That was the pit of Oshtar, and that was a clan of Brickborn.
Okay.
Right. Those were not Dragonborn.
Yes.
Those were
So
right.
say what you wish to about it, but I want to be very clear about what
Yes.
those, You can use those terms if you choose to, but I will
No, I'm just gonna. I'll just say then. Nothing. No news at all. Unfortunately,
Is
this is sort of the same thing every single day.
the fog still purple?
Yes. Has it
Oh.
ever been different?
Hmm. Disappointing.
Well, I see things are crowded on the shores tonight. Safe travels.
Where are you off to? Again to the border? More mist watching?
No, I'll be camping nearby tonight, but he actually then like pulls his kobesh out and goes to one of the palm trees and he starts like cutting down a couple of like pieces of fruit and such from it. He goes to some other bushes and you see he starts like carving some fruit off, looking at it, kind of just loading that in as if he's kind of stocking up.
I keep an eye on what I'm guessing those are the edible fruits. So.
With your understanding, you're kind of like, oh, cool, okay. He's just, yep. I hadn't even looked around, but understood. These are the three things we should eat here. Gotcha. Yeah. You notice he doesn't take any of the flowers, which are kind of floating on the water. They are water lilies. He does look in the water a little, kind of. Just doesn't even, as if he's like too lazy to seek something that might be in there. But he kind of goes to his camel and again looks at Elon and XigXag only. Says, well, enjoy the comforts of the oasis.
And I now we're gonna try to. Now I'm looking in the water, wondering what is that.
Make a look roll.
Almost looked for. Oh,
Praise the Pharaoh behind you.
where is the
Praise
look?
the Pharaoh. He wanders, kind of like he's not like you can still sort of see him, but he's like going around the side of the water and leading it. He's presumably going to go camp elsewhere.
Where is look?
Should be under vitality, right under listen.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, 7 HD. Yes.
Jeez, yeah. XigXag is perceptive. That's XigXag's main thing.
Yeah. This was not so good. Do I have anything here? 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, two sixes.
2 6s.
No, wait, 2 4s.
2 4s. Okay. As you sort of look through, the water is you know, it's clean water, but there's a silt to it, especially lower on. So you don't really see too much. There may be some more plants, maybe some like deeper, you know, like weeds and things he was looking at, or you don't see any fish or anything though with that roll. But in any case, Shishu, Tangarten, and Buku, if XigXag and Elon just kind of ride this for a moment, Shishu, Tangarten, Buku, you guys are beginning to feel a little less after some time. If anybody had used power, you could gain a power back by now. But at this point, you guys are all feeling like a little. You're still feeling pretty like calm and chill. There's no come down or anything, but you're feeling a little less like. Right, we're here for a reason, and I do care about that reason, as opposed to
Splashing some cold water in them would help.
If you attempted it, it didn't really help. They might have just been like, or maybe they're like, because it is hot.
It's nice.
Yeah, groovy. Yeah. But the other two are just kind of muttering to themselves, and you can engage them in light conversation, but they don't give you much more than they have. Don't really remember their friends' names or anything.
Buku, I've never felt closer to you, and I mean that both, literally and emotionally, than I do in this moment. Feels nice.
Oh, you're not. Oh, yes. You're not Shishu. Sorry, I got a little distracted.
What's that?
No, although
Nothing.
sometimes I wish I was.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna thank you, Sungod. Let's not talk about this ever again. Thank you. And
you're welcome.
Buka gets up and kind of wanders away.
Sure. By now, the dark is it is gone from late afternoon on towards dusk. The crystals surrounding the pyramid, in addition to whatever sort of rainbow sparkles are incredibly bright and glittering, and it's kind of cascading across the waters, and you hear some weird like oh whoas from the other two who are here.
Oh, I guess that's where we're headed.
Oh,
Maybe when
that's the fireworks.
maybe perhaps
Oh, light show.
if everyone's paying attention to that, we can maybe make our way inside more easily, or at least they won't notice us
Oh.
walking inside.
Are those two stoneheads still here?
Yes, the Nymphia eaters are present.
But
Yeah.
Can I ask some? So, can this looks super cool? Can we get in there? Is that a thing that people do?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it kind of like hurts to go close to it. It gives you a headache. I think you're just getting too close to the light. It's better to watch from back here.
Oh, the light hurts your head.
I mean, probably like what could hurt a head? Like light, hitting it, a giant scorpion, the enormous weight of the sins you've committed,
That seems very specific.
bad music, all sorts of stuff can hurt your head.
True. But the pyramid, the light show.
Yeah, I mean, I tried it once. Somebody tried it. I don't remember.
Boku, I don't think you're gonna have anything useful out of him.
Oh, yeah, useful. Yeah, I am useful. Thank you for saying that. That's pretty cool.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
It was an awesome trip earlier.
Oh my god.
You all
wait.
are a couple of
Well, here, I
true
mean,
dragon
we've
bros.
grabbed some, but like here, please, like the grace of the
Thank you.
Pharaoh gives us the power of the oasis.
That's very kind.
Pharaoh.
Just please, they're like they hand you. If you guys are, you could have several more of these lilies with you if you'd like.
Oh,
I
I
think-
will.
I would like to put a couple of them in
Sure,
my pack
No, I won't
and
be.
some fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like it.
Well, Buku, as you know, Buku, I'm kind of an experiential learner. So maybe we just need to get closer and experience this sort of head pain for ourselves. Not that I don't believe
Yes.
our friends here, but I just sort of, I like to sort of register things,
The Tongar, I support you in
Right.
your learning endeavors.
Well then, but
So yes, let's go.
thank you, and thank you for accompanying me on this journey.
Okay.
So-
So
Of course, the rest of you, my friends, can come as well if you.
Yeah, I
Also
am
wish
definitely going.
okay. Shishu, Elon, are you all making your way toward the pyramid? So basically, as night begins to fall, as you guys kind of get away from here, sure enough, the lights of these illusions like don't dim. In fact, they become much brighter under the dark of the sky. Though it is sort of cloudy and you can see mist in the distance, like above you, it is still clear and you see bright stars. But these lights are sort of just these very captivating, pleasing patterns. You do hear, I mean, I feel like it's like the reference that's most been coming, but you hear from behind you, like playing like, oh, it looks like a wall of wonders, oh, I know, 'cause after all, it's a wall of wonder. Yeah.
I mean, you could rhyme all
Oh,
with
you're
something
right.
else.
'Cause after all, it's a wonder-filled series of walls, like a bunch of them arranged as it's too many syllables.
They're so nice, so bad. They're really, really nice.
I feel like the backbeat is on the street. The words on the street. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. So as they begin to kind of just like descend into their enjoyment of the look of it, anyone who has look 6 or higher,
Hold on, sir.
okay, under vitality. I know some of you do, so I'll simply say anyone who has 6 or higher on look, as you guys sort of head away, you do see a bit of flame on the other side of the oasis from you. And with sort of like, especially if you kind of like peer closely, it's some distance, but you see that green-scaled dragon is kind of like has a little fire and is watching the lights, but seemingly perhaps is also watching as you guys are walking over there.
I get the sense that it's gonna be a tip-off if we're able to enter into this pyramid. So maybe we try to. I'm not too worried about those two seeing us, but that guy seems a little more alert. So I'm just wondering if we find maybe a little more of a covert kind of solution here.
Stealthing?
Can't really turn off the lights, so
Right, but
I'm
I'm just
down
saying if there's a way we can
whatever
find
approach.
maybe a little less obvious or something where we're more covered or whatever, so it's not draw attention to ourselves.
Okay.
But
and
no,
God,
don't
I
think
support you.
that is
support
the
you.
world's biggest nightlight. I don't think we're turning that off.
Master Lasso, I just think you make an excellent point. The best we can, that we should do such. You have any suggestions, XigXag? Being a resident sneak?
Honestly, with all this thing going on, who would care about 6 tiny little figures sneaking around, huh?
Well, that person.
We're worried that
One
guy.
of the-
Yeah,
that one
because
person.
I get the sense that the Pharaoh doesn't allow them to enter into this pyramid, and so for us to be able to enter in is going to
Okay.
be a big signal.
Can we sneak like that, putting the trees from the oasis between us? Like sneak around.
Just Burnham Woods style. Just carry some palm fronds. Sure.
Oh, that's not bad either.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought that's what you were pitching. Sorry.
And I was thinking that's like there is the pyramid, there is the oasis, there is the guy. So it's like go that we are in,
Yeah, you can.
Perhaps
obscured.
if we acted like we were on the Lotus, this fellow would not pay us any attention, since he seemed not to care before. Those that were imbibed.
Or maybe we put the pyramid between us and him. Or maybe we can just walk around to the other side or something.
Should I roll some kind of
I
Backing
defer to
roll or
XigXag
something?
on both finding the path and sneaking. I'm not great at either of those things.
Which one would you like to do? Do you want to sneak, or do you want to go the long way around to put the pyramid between you and him? I think they're leaving the decision to you, XigXag. Which would you like to do?
I think I would like tracking.
Okay, so find a
As
route
my-
around.
Okay.
I think with your tracking, it's pretty evident. You guys move away, but you're not heading straight for the pyramid. You're kind of going around and kind of getting back sort of on whatever path. And as you sort of begin to move around, the light of this it's bright light, kind of a variety of colors. It looks like a real kind of laser show craziness. You inch around away from the thick growth around this spring, but there are still palms growing here and there. As you head around, you notice a spot you hadn't seen before, which is some kind of like smaller, like maybe like a story and a half tall, like watch structure of some kind, and you notice there are a couple of skeletons on that. Everything here is very clean. Everything's very pristine. As you continue moving around, I kind of promised it. You do come up. You see a stall, like a stand almost, and there are sort of various like barrels and things behind it, and there is in fact a draconic standing at it, like just kind of like watching the light show. He just seems pretty sort of chill. He has silver scales. It's a little hard to tell, but given how just perfectly reflective his scales are of that, you assume he's a silver-scaled dragon at this kind of large sort of stall with various barrels and things behind it. That is,
we're trying to sneak.
if you want to, you could try to sneak around like the back of that, but the most direct path around would be sort of to go kind of on a little road that's in front of that person. You can certainly go behind if you'd like.
I look at the others, what they want to do.
We're trying to sneak. We should avoid
Let's
people.
Going around.
Everybody in that case, we'll get to this as the only time when you've been in a circumstance like this. So let's go ahead, and it is under coordination, the yellow column. Please, everyone give me a sneak roll. Remember, you can spend your power to get bonuses on dice.
They gotta do that.
Ooh, triple tome.
Triple
Go ahead.
tome, nice.
I'm gonna spend 4 power.
Okay, give yourself
Or no,
2.
not. Oh, sorry.
Triple
8 power.
coinage.
Triple. Okay, so we have 2 third-degree successes.
Triple.
Triple. I got triple coinage.
Triple. What do we got, Elon?
I got 3 pairs. So
3 pairs. Great. Which would you like to use?
Wow.
Let's see what they are represent. What do they represent? Oh, I think I'm going to do trophy.
Trophy. All right,
Vindictiveness.
Sure. Vindictiveness, kind of competing with Buku and losing, so you're more vindictive. Yeah. Tongart, what did you have?
I want to clarify. I spent 8 power.
That will give you
to
4.
4 dice.
How many do you start
Pair
with?
coinage.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Pair of coinage.
Pair of coinage. Okay. So, a couple of pair, but with the kind of the group overall. Oh, XigXag, did you tell me
You
yours
left me,
yet?
yeah. I've done 5 powers and have 3 coinage.
Well, with 5 powers, so basically with 3 third-degree successes, the group is able to kind of, and with no one sort of like failing, the group is definitely able to like sneak behind this cart, zigzag with your scent, with your nose. You can tell that those barrels contain fruit, maybe even some water. It seems like this is like a stand for caravans to stop at if they're not going all the way down to the area. And in fact, beyond that, you see an area that there are a few people in, like kind of like sitting on little built up, sections where like there's some camels there, some caravans, a caravanserai, I think is sometimes the term for it. Basically, where some caravans have stopped to watch, like they've come here specifically to watch. It's not too many people, and the stealth roll you've done takes you around the edge of them as well. But you eventually find yourselves on the far side of the pyramid.
And now looking for a way in.
All right.
Hopefully.
Make a look roll then, XigXag.
Did we get close to the stand, or did we hurt it with the wide berth?
3
You
5s.
I'll say you got. Did you do? Is there something you wanted specifically, Buku?
Well, just it's a merchant of some sort with those valuables that could be taken.
It
or-
seems all they had were fruit and water.
Never
Oh,
mind.
okay. 3 5s and 2 6s.
3 5s and 2 6s. With 3 5s, your eyes can tell that there is a main entrance, but it is facing sort of like halfway between. It's back where you kind of came from. You snuck around that. But you do notice there are some other there seem to be some areas toward the base of it that might be points of ingress were you to
Okay.
sort of get closer.
Heading that way.
Okay. So XigXag begins. So once you've made it around, XigXag starts leading you across the sand as the lights are sort of sparkling above. All 5 of you definitely experience a minor sensation as you get within about 200 feet of the pyramid. There's a kind of like a pulse of some kind, but it's very faint and you don't really doesn't seem to affect you at all, but you sense it, and understanding that there's something maybe compelling draconics away from this. You're unsurprised that you're maybe like, oh, but you're not thrown for a loop, and you suspect that's what you've experienced. So you're now only a couple hundred feet away from the pyramid. XigXag has shown you there are some like places that maybe you could get through, but there is a main entrance. If you were you have to go back around the edge.
Well, at this point, let's just kind of get to the entrance that's closest to us, maybe.
Well, the egress closest to.
As you
Egress is no. Yes?
As it happens, once
Thank
I
you.
said ingress because that was just the term
Ingress,
for might be a
yeah.
point of ingress, but as you get to it, you do begin to suspect that this is more a point of egress. In fact, yes, there is a slope to this sort of like entrance that you get to. You think it's a shaft of some kind, and there's a bit of almost like condensation within it, as if this is maybe some kind of exhaust something or another. You're not really sure for what
But we could
purpose.
enter that way, right?
You
Anyway.
could certainly attempt to climb up it. It'd be a little slippery, but
That's
you should be
I
good.
can fly.
XigXag can fly, so good for XigXag. The rest of them
That's
can
a-
try to climb.
that's a brilliant
Do we have
plan,
any
XigXag.
rope?
No one's going to expect us to go in the out, so I think that's a fantastic plan.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of always expect that, but that's just me. I'm a disruptor.
That's right. I apologize. I forgot for a second. That is a very you point of view to have.
Hmm.
I should have anticipated that. That one's on me.
No, you don't have to. No, it's okay. You can't always anticipate. That's my job. Yeah, XigXag. It seems like you really have this under control. I also just realized if we do get ourselves in a sticky situation, I could sort of plaster things over a little bit magically.
Yeah. Do we have
Alright.
any rope? Maybe I could fly up with a rope and
You know,
then it would
you
be
guys
easier
did
to climb up.
use a fair bit of rope in previous
Oh yeah, when
endeavors.
we descended into the
If I
thing.
recall, we used entrails at one point.
Yeah, so I
don't
think you
know.
are probably out of rope at this point.
Oh, too bad.
All right. Well,
That doesn't. I mean,
yeah, you
We
had,
got claws. We'll probably
you
all
had
right.
to climb up with some other, yeah.
that's true.
Well,
I guess maybe we should have
Buku-
gone to the
Buku has
oasis and
that
bought
whip.
some rope.
Buku has the whip that could help
Buku
him
has a
at
whip,
least.
that's true.
You have a whip. That's
Um,
true. Can I tie rope to the end of the whip and then did XigXag fly up and then stretch it down to get us up? where we need to?
I think we're saying you guys you've used a lot of rope in the pit of Oshtar, so I don't know that you have
That's
that
a no.
much left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there rope back at the fruit stand?
You didn't see any rope. You didn't see any like adventure. You didn't see any dungeon diving gear for sale outside of the.
Friends, what I'm saying here is I think we are totally capable of just some good old-fashioned calisthenics. I think
Let's
we
do
can-
it. All right.
I
I'm
think we can do it.
ready.
I
I
believe in
feel
us.
very
Pump it up.
physical.
Pump
Alright,
it up.
well,
I'm
in
gonna
that
go.
case-
I'm gonna start just scrambling up.
Climbing on it. All right,
Just
so
to
in that
show,
case,
just to show.
everyone but XigXag, who is apparently flying, the rest of you can do a good old climb roll. It is the very first one on the orange physicality column.
Okay.
Great.
Exact. You suppose you just want to like carry me up? That thing we can do.
I was thinking maybe I could fly and try to push anybody who's like not doing too well.
Sure, you can fly at the rear. That's fine.
Wow. Triple
Alright.
tomes.
Triple.
Oh,
so
double tome.
XigXag. So Elon is doing a fine job of climbing. It is an incline. You're not climbing straight up, so it's like not too bad. It's just
This
it is kind of
also like what we
slippery.
used to do at home. Like we would
Yeah.
practice with our parents.
But also, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
do
Like
have
when we would
claws
try to
at the
sneak
point
out.
of
Yeah,
this.
like when we were.
yeah.
When they got really angry.
Actually hit a gemstone. My 3
Nice.
dice.
With
You
three
mean
dice,
you
guys
mean when
success.
mom was yelling at dad about the whole cheating thing?
I don't remember that, but you mean like when they would make their voices loud and then they were just
Yeah.
talking. Sheesh. They were just talking to each other, but
I mean,
it's just something that grown-ups do.
didn't seem like it.
Yeah, I know it was loud and scary, but that's just them expressing.
I love this conversation as that's happening. Tongart, what did you roll?
It's
I think the fact that we have found a system that doesn't have like an intrinsically good or bad roll means we may have found something to counter me.
Sure. Well, it is.
So I
it's
rolled
only
3 7s and 2 1s. So I'm going with triple trophy.
Yeah, so basically Tongart and Shishu are doing great. Shishu's kind of chatting with Elon. Well, there are good or bad rolls when it counts. Just the stakes get higher. But
Well, that's true. I have failed those. So
yeah,
that's
so
fair.
with kind of Tongart, and I'll say because Shishu's chatting with Elon, Tongart, you want to be in the lead. Lord Buku and Elon are kind of a bit behind, and XigXag, you're flying behind to catch you when it falls, but everyone's doing a fine job. Tongart, as you are climbing up, you reach kind of some kind of passageway, white stone, kind of sort of cut into like irregular shapes with some sort of mortar, some mortar on the thing, very well polished. As you're climbing up, there are numerous magical, heatless flames burning around in a variety of rainbow tints that kind of change and shift. Real Philips LED, Philips Hue look kind of a room, or Twitch streamer room. Take whatever reference you want. As you get into this sort of hallway, it appears that you're sort of coming up some kind of exhaust. A little bit further on from this hallway, you do feel like a good bit of like splashing and humidity, and water is kind of even like rolling across these things and kind of trickling down from where this is. And you feel a distinctive breeze, kind of like it wasn't preventing you from coming up, but there was definitely some sort of probably magically created airflow is, Tongart, it feels almost like to put it into like modern term, it feels like you guys might have climbed in through like a bathroom shower vent, like the fan that you run when the shower's on. It seems like that's what you're climbing through.
Do I smell anyone?
At this point, you smell a couple of bipeds.
What kind of biped?
You'd have to make a roll to tell. Actually, it's so wet here. Let's hold off on that. But you
Okay.
smell a few bipeds, and probably a couple of undead as well.
It is admittedly a little moist feeling up here. Like humid, but not humid, because it's not like heat, but it's sort of hanging in the air. But it is actually feeling kind of nice on my scales. It's sort of
Nice on the scales, yes.
basically like
getting some of
breath.
that sand out, so that's kind of nice. Just sort of
You're
heads up.
probably
Ooh.
hissing slightly, Tongart.
Yeah, I'm steaming because of all the
Yeah.
the cracks have molten. Yeah, just sort of give you all a heads up. All right, and I'll sort of try to. And is there a clear? It's basically just like a tunnel forward.
It's a tunnel. It goes in it kind of like it seems like this is. God, I should probably draw things sometimes. It seems like you have come up an exhaust thing out of this, but there seems to be another room that is being fed into this little tunnel. And there are a couple of like chambers branching off from this. Make an analyze roll, Tongart. I don't know if this is your area
Sure.
of expertise, but
Probably
since you're the
not,
one
but
sort of
sure.
looking, let's give it a shot. And by now, everyone is in here, including XigXag. Yeah, you've all made it up to this thing.
Nada.
Not yeah, you're not you can't really you're not really sure what the purpose of this would be, but there seems to be sort of two paths kind of curving towards the direction of the airflow, and two other paths kind of going off in other directions.
With everyone up there, then I will explain sort of what I've determined of what is going on to both. Well, and I sort of turn this over now to our planner and our tracker here, Buku and XigXag. You two are probably more equipped to sort of make a decision on how we proceed in here through your various talents and skills.
Well, I think we should proceed slowly and cautiously. How about that?
All right. And I guess, Buku, do you think there's like a particular, if you were to say like analyze the situation or something like that, is there a particular course of action you think we should take here, like a literal path, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Right. I missed the description of where the path would actually be, but what I would say is that we know that there are, creatures along this path, right? So I would suggest me and XigXag probably staying in the front to hopefully spot them ahead of time.
Okay.
Just being vigilant.
Okay.
If
I don't
you-
think there's much. There's
Can
a lot
I
of trickery. We
sneak
came in
down?
through a way that's not expected, so most traps should probably be facing the other direction. If that makes sense. So that would be my.
we are
my
attacking them in the rear.
Understood. So
They're
as you
approaching
guys
them.
as you guys are heading in the direction that XigXag smells people, is that where you want to go, or you want to go away from that? I didn't quite understand, Lord Buku.
I
well,
would
you
suggest we go away from that, but we know that
Okay.
there are folks in here, and so we
Yeah,
should stay
sure.
vigilant in our.
So XigXag, I'll
approach.
say you actually XigXag. Why don't you make a smell roll for me? It's going to be a slightly higher DC here because you are in
What
a
do I have anything here?
you
One,
you roll 7 and you get to
three,
change one after the fact.
5, 6, 6, 8. Okay, then that's 3 6s.
3
then.
6s, yeah. It's when you're rolling 7 and you get to change one, it's hard not to get a
It's
3.
pretty good, yeah.
With a 3rd degree XigXag, it is kind of like it is pretty wet here, but you do feel that you smell people more distinctly, sort of like up those passages leading where kind of the airflow is coming from, basically. Whereas if you kind of go out some of the other ones, you think you won't find people as much.
Yeah, I think maybe we avoid people
Understood.
for now.
All right. So, after a few moments of sort of walking, you find yourself in a sort of hallway, much like this one, but where the humidity level drops rather considerably. This hall seems to be some kind of like access, kind of like behind the scenes hallway type stuff. You're not seeing any grand artwork. It's all very clean and kind of has the rainbow lighting, but it's not that grand. However, as you sort of walk along one of these, you do look into a chamber that is covered in just beautiful, like couches and cushions surrounded. There are large hookahs, like full of various things. XigXag, you've sniffed a couple of undead, and it seems like some of those skeletons, like what you saw outside, are actually like moving around this room, kind of just like robotically fluffing pillows. And just moving around, but no one seems to be in here at present. You also notice that there is a harp on one side of this room that is playing itself, or is being played by someone invisible. But since you don't smell, I guess you do smell some undead, so maybe there's a ghost playing it. But that is kind of all you really sense in this chamber.
Okay, let's move on.
Hold on. Did we acquire any way to like put things in an extra dimensional space or carry extremely large items with us? I don't.
You opted to do
No,
that
we have
last.
not.
We
I
opted not to do
suggested we
that?
do, but I was voted down.
Right. I also think that the one thing that's sort of on the table for that would have been like a real problem, because it is an entire pyramid that shrinks down. So if we like
Right.
opened that in here, I don't know what
Right.
would happen.
True. Classic pyramid and the pyramid issue.
Right.
Pyramid scheme.
Conundrum.
The
I was just hoping that harp looks mighty pricey, and I would love to add that to our hoard, but priorities, I suppose.
Is it
one
the
step at a
magical
time.
harp? Is it valuable?
It's magical. It's worth more than a normal
It's
harp.
playing itself, which is always cool.
Can I investigate?
Sure, you want to go into this room? There are some skeletons walking around in here.
Oh, no.
I'm
no.
presuming you guys are being stealthy and with your
No.
just giving you the benefit of the doubt.
No.
This is a sneak around, but you can go in and try to sneak or engage skeletons to whatever degree you want.
No, that's
You're
okay.
right.
We'll just avoid.
So
we
if you
can't
guys
keep it.
Sneak on.
if you sort of sneak on, you also get the sense because Bugu, you have a really high analyze, right? You got like 6 in that at least.
Yes.
So Bugu, with no roll required, you kind of look in here and you can tell that the door you're looking in from is not actually the main entrance. This is some kind of like servant hallway that you guys are probably
Yes,
looking
servants
through.
there.
So you see a larger, more grand entrance on the far side. As you carry on, you come to another sort of entrance. As you look through, there is another sort of chamber similar in size to this one. You suspect it is almost next to it somehow. And this one is... Oh, this is a dining hall. A large table. A lot of like food laid out already. The table would easily seat 40 or 50. And just seems to be a very sort of pleasant thing. You also, as dragons, notice that on one side of it, there is a sort of like a roost on which a dragon could sit.
Like a full-size dragon?
Like a full-size dragon. There is a, like, it's almost like a pang of like, oh my god, it's been so long since we've seen one of those. There is a, yeah, it's like this dining hall is for 40 bipeds, but a dragon could be in here as well.
Okay, cool. I would like to use whatever analyze skills I have to quickly replay every conversation I've had during this day and make sure that this is not the actual seat of the crazy dragon that rules this plane.
This is not the Pharaoh's seat. No, the Pharaoh's seat is in that city of gold that you saw in the distance.
Cool.
But
all right, I will relay
could a
everything to
Pharaoh
everyone
dragon
and let
sit
them
on this
know.
roost? Were they to be visiting or something?
Yes.
Certainly.
All right. I'd like to relay, hopefully through some, obtuse story about my previous living situations and whatnot, that this appears to be the servants' hallway we are in, and so we have access to most of the area here unseen because we are supposed to be servants within these bounds.
And in addition to that, Lord Buku, I'll tell you what. Would you like to get a closer look in this room?
I mean, sure.
Why don't you make a luck roll? Let's see if there happen to be any skeletons wandering around in there right now.
So what you're seeing is we're finding ourselves in a real upstairs, downstairs kind of situation.
Potentially.
Yeah, it's well put. Coinage. Single
Pyramid
success.
done. Pyramid.
Imagine a secondary question. Yes. As it happens, there are no beings in that room right now. That is empty.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go in quickly and see what I can
Okay.
surmise.
Are you guys heading into here as well?
I'd just like to stick my head in and sniff to. Would I smell a dragon that has been here recently?
You don't smell any dragons have been here recently.
Okay.
Wait, just as a before you hit it, I'm gonna sort of hang back here. I'm not the sneakiest Buku, but just take a little bit of my protection with you. I'm gonna put a ward of protection on
There you
Buku.
go.
Appreciate it.
Elon, Shishu, are you guys sticking back or are you heading into the dining hall?
I'm heading into dining hall. and I'm like,
yeah.
What? Who's this pharaoh?
So basically, yes, the three rich ones are like, oh sweet, like the yeah. So you
I'm
walk
gonna-
the table.
No,
is-
he's the
you just
big.
ask who this
He's
pharaoh is?
He's the CEO. He's the CEO of where we're at.
Who is this pharaoh, though, guys? Who's the pharaoh? So you all, the three of you walk in, and there is a good bit of, there is no food on the table. They're just sort of set for service, but on some sort of sideboards there are some like snacks and things laid out. Some grapes, grape leaves, start like dolmas, various like finger foods, basically, honey cakes, nuts. So the three of you, there is food there. Lord Buku, though, this roost is extremely fancy. Lord Buku, here's a roll you haven't made in a while. I'm going to have you add a Wyrmloth culture knowledge bonus to an analyze,
Oh my god.
which gives you 10 total, which is
Whoa.
the
Oh
maximum.
my
you can-
god.
Yeah.
And then I get to change one of them.
You get to change, so you roll all 10 and change one after the fact.
What is it? 8 at least?
It's 10 dice. So I got 2 triple successes, but I'll make well, what's better, artwork or trinkets?
Ooh. In this instance, I think artwork is better. You're trying to determine intention. You're trying to determine like what the deal with this is.
4th degree success and
Fourth degree success, but a third degree in trinket.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm gonna throw that onto a roll you weren't even making just for the hell of it. For you, something you couldn't have even done because you have 2 dice to detect vibe. Your energy here, Lord Buku, your read is, you know, obviously this is not Wyrmloth, but there are maybe some similarities. This is definitely the perch of a tia, not a bomb. There's a feminine energy to the decor of this.
Yes, of course.
It is extremely nice. This is something that you would someone would either construct this for themselves because they have a shockingly high opinion of themselves, or you would construct it for someone you were going to brazenly try to like court. This is the kind of thing you would make for like this is the like, hey baby, date 2, we're flying to Paris kind of energy.
I take notes for when we get back for Chishu later.
It is extremely detailed. You would imagine it's very comfortable. It's probably like a roost you can like really like relax on. The view from up there with your analysis is going to be like an extremely nice view of this dining hall, but the view extends out through another chamber and outside, and you can even see like the reflections of all of these sort of like lights kind of cascading around her. So like you can't quite see it from down here, but you're sure just from what little you can see, because the door into this one is humongous. Like a dragon could easily fly in here.
Understood.
Yeah.
That's great. So this is probably for the pharaoh. It makes sense.
It definitely has a feminine energy to it, and it seems.
Oh, but the pharaoh's male.
The pharaoh is a male. Yes, the pharaoh's a guy.
Okay.
As far as you know. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I'll share all that with the group. But whatever it is we came here to get, we should probably go and getting.
Yeah.
Treasure? We're looking for some treasure, right?
We're looking for
So
art.
while he's looking at that, Shishu and Elon in this room, what are you two doing? Are you just kind of checking it out? Shishu taking some drawings or whatever?
I am being vigilant.
You're just watching
looking-
at the door.
yeah.
Tonguart, you're watching up there as well. As you all, so basically, as Lord Buku, kind of like, are you summoning them to come back and going back to the door to tell everyone what you've learned?
Yes, I think once I figure all that out, after I explain some of the nuances to Shishu or Elan, whoever decides to listen to me, of like the exceptional details placed here, and how some of it's a little bit overboard, a little bit goth, but you know it's still very well done. Then I would like to go back and share it all.
There might be 2 dragons in this realm, and one of them might be in this place.
Like dragons?
Yeah,
would appear
real.
that
I mean,
one of our-
like we used to be.
Our
Oh.
full-size brethren. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, would I be able to tell? Are they like? Is it full size in Wyrmloth
Bigger
experience
than
or
Wyrmloth.
full size?
Bigger
Yes,
than Wyrmloth,
okay.
this one would be. Yeah. This would probably be this would be a roost for a big dragon. Big, that's BDE, big dragon energy. So as you guys gather here, XigXag, your ears, although others may hear it as well, you actually hear some clattering and footsteps coming from further down this hallway that you're hiding in.
They're behind us. We should keep moving.
It's actually coming from the direction, like it's coming from ahead of you.
Yeah. Either back up or go into the room.
Looks like there's maybe more place to hide in the room.
Or we just face them head on.
I mean, if we need to hide somewhere, I could maybe do that.
Oh yeah.
They are coming more quickly. They'll probably come around.
Okay, I'm gonna say like let's get in a corner, and I'm going to basically I will use my illusory distortion.
Oh, okay.
To make it difficult to see those who target us.
Okay, understood.
But like I think that like maybe like is there like if there's a way that we can hold in, and I'll spend more power if I need to.
Yeah.
But essentially like the equivalent of like putting the photo in front of the camera.
Sure.
It's kind of a magic trick, right?
So
Vegas.
you're in a hallway, so you could certainly put a thing in a camera, but you're not sure if they would be like walking towards you. I would say the easiest thing for you to do would be to go into this room and find a corner in there and kind of like put up a thing around that.
Yes.
Because I'm going to charge you 1 extra power for each additional creature you're trying to hide.
Okay, great.
So since there are 5 of you total, this will be 9 power. But yes, Elon, you can easily kind of like rush in there.
I'm gonna do my scales thing where I kind of.
Oh, and Shishu actually.
Right.
Then you know what? 8.
So that might
8.
save you a power.
Shishu will still be behind it, but she requires less magic. So yes, it will only cost you 8. Good call.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot how you do that thing with your scale. I love
Thank
that
you.
thing with your scales.
Hmm.
It's so. I love the thing with your scales.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because you believe in me that I'm able to do it.
So as Elon begins to cast magic, are you just trying to make yourself look like the wall, kind of just kind of like the corners a little more? Yeah, perfect. Keep it simple. That's always the best. As you guys kind of like duck back behind there. Elon doing what he does best, which is distort value. Just distort reality. As you guys do that, not a few moments later, you see coming into this very chamber, a couple of those skeletons who are sort of carrying some dishes, which they're setting down, and kind of coming up behind them is a bronze-scaled dragon, draconic, kind of a biped, who's wearing her garb is not dissimilar from theirs, but is a little more, like she's in a position of maybe more power around here. But she's just sort of going in and saying...
The shift supervisor.
This kind of thing. Okay, yes, that's very good. So put... no, I want these to be prominent when sort of everyone comes in. So let's keep these... let's strike... Why is the fruit still out here? No one will be eating this late. I swear... I really hate when I don't have any living beings helping me with these things. All right, let's move those out. And they sort of begin sort of positioning. You hear clanging of platters still on the sideboards, and she's saying, "Okay, that should be good. That should be good." And I think we'll probably have another half an hour before the meal service. So, all right, go ahead and finish up. Go, finish. She's just gesturing to the skeletons who kind of walk out, and she's just kind of putting things just so around. Okay, well, that'll be fine. After a few moments, another figure sort of steps into the room, another dragonborn, and she sort of spins around and says, my lady, I was just finishing things up." And this one says, "Don't even worry about it, darling. Everything in here is perfect, absolutely marvelous. I love the look of it. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it, darling. I love all of it. It's simply to die for. Delicious. You've outdone yourself once again. What a wonderful life we have. Isn't it thrilling? It's absolutely thrilling, darling." She says, "Oh, yes, very, very, very thrilling, ma'am. Very, very thrilling. Indeed. So thrilling sometimes when you're to claw your eyes out. Just claw them right out and throw them at the wall and watch them roll down from within them, because they're what's rolling down, aren't they, darling?" Oh, well. Keep
Not
our spirits
bad
up.
at all.
Yes, go ahead, Tongard.
Wondering as we're watching this energy from this new person who's entered the room, is it feeling like a bardic energy?
It's BBE, big bard energy.
big extra.
That's who we're here for.
Probably. You also notice that this individual has like a strange like hilt at on her belt, and she also has some kind of instrument on her back, like a piped instrument.
I'm just gonna whisper to XigXag. It's like, make sure to tag that one scent. I'm pretty sure that's who we're here for.
As you say that, she stops, spins around. Is there someone here? Is someone in this room?
Maybe stops breathing.
I hold my breath. Yeah.
I swear I heard something. I'm not going mad, am I? That happened years ago. No, I must have heard someone, didn't I? And the cook one is like, I don't know. No, darling. It's absolutely marvelous. There's someone present, but no one here. Oh, this is amazing. Hello? She kind of walks about.
I'm going to... Is it possible to alter an awkward situation and make it sound like Tongart's dumb voice is coming from the cook?
I would say this is not... You're all... That was for the gift of gab situation.
The bell has been rung. Yeah,
this is clearly a high level. You also, Ellen.
Yes,
let's say
yes.
in response to this, you can tell this is a magic person, and knowing that it's a bard, there's part of you that's like, all right, so there's a real ticking clock on how long any illusions I've done are gonna fool a bard in charge of a pyramid.
Okay, gotcha.
And she sort of begins kind of looking around. And, are you there? Do you want to come out? Are we playing hide and seek? You wanted to tag my scent, I think I heard you say?
I tell them it's like I just masked the words, the surprise party, you know. I'm trying to explain, but let's jump out like a surprise, you know, like we were really just meant it.
Go for it.
Just follow me, and then I'll jump out. Surprise!
Are you counting them down, XigXag?
Yeah, but from 3.
Okay.
And I'll nod. I'll nod along with XigXag.
And I'll drop it on XigXag and Tongart and Buku.
Okay.
But I'll keep it up
you'll
for
try
me
to
and
keep it on
Shishu.
yourself.
And
Understood.
Shishu.
And Shishu's back there. So basically, 3, 2, 1. So the 3 of you leap out and I'll shout surprise.
I immediately start like spitting magma out of my mouth. Not necessarily at her, but like up in the air.
Okay.
Surprise! Oh. Dear
Oh, I
God.
feel like I might have
I was like,
misunderstood
"Happy
the plan
birthday."
here.
Now Shishu. So we have so XigXag said, and then jumped out and instead shouted happy birthday. Shishu, are you jumping out too? You seemed on board with the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so despite you sort of
Okay.
keeping the stuff up, Shishu
It's
also
kind of
leaps
fun.
out and screams. Do you shout surprise? Do you shout happy birthday? Do you shout smile you're on camera? What does everyone do a different thing? It sounds like that's what's happening.
I think I'm saying surprise.
Understood. All right, so Buku and Shishu at least say surprise. Tongart vomits and XigXag screams happy birthday. In response, she sort of spins around this figure just oh, what? This is my birthday, is it? Darling, it can't be my birthday. If I forgot that, I've forgotten everything, which I probably have, given how long I've been in here.
Well, maybe it's your own birthday.
It's my unbirthday, whatever is that?
It's not your birthday, but
Well.
we want to celebrate.
You didn't tell me we had more guests? You snuck guests in? Who did? Who snuck you all in?
We snugged ourselves in. We thought maybe you needed some diversion.
I mean, well, you've come to the right place for diversion, darling.
Yeah,
But-
diversion from all the old diversions. You know, it must
Indeed,
get
I
a
always
little
love
bit.
new diversions. What? But wait. Wait.
You wait.
I can't. I simply can't, darling.
Okay.
I'm overwhelmed with desire to know. Is one of you Seppa J? Have you finally come?
And I jump out and I say, surprise!
Are you Seppa J? You don't look at all like what I expected because you're not a female full dragon.
Look, could be deceiving.
Okay, no, Zeppa J is the dragon.
But
It's
are
been
you one of you Seppa J? Have you changed shape into our lowly bipedal form?
Well, we did change
Do we know?
shape.
Do we know who Seppa J is? Is this the first time we've ever
Seppa
heard?
J,
of that?
interesting, is a name you've heard a few times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have we?
But no one's ever figured out who it could be.
How do you spell it even? You type it?
SEPA-JE.
Can you put it in chat?
Sure.
Wait. No, we've heard this back with. If I remember right, the first time we heard this was back when we met the Brickboard.
The Brickborn referenced Seppa J. In fact,
And it's
tell you what, everybody make a luck roll.
wait. I think I just figured it out.
That's 3 dice, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got absolutely nothing.
What do you got, Buku?
I got a success in artwork and trophy.
Oh! Love it.
No, just nothing for me.
Paratrophies.
Paratrophies, okay? I'm gonna say that Trinket would be ideal, but we'll let Trophy stick around because it has a sort of similar purpose. Seppa J is a name you actually heard multiple times, and we'll say that Tongart Lord Buku, your mind goes back to, like, right. Because you remember, way back in episode 23, which was years ago, tonight is, what, 26? 27? You recall that when Eldo sent you off, he told you of 4 pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Eternal Diversion contains a sentient weapon that creates light and sound, as is occupied by Auset, an immortal dragonborn bard. That's probably who you're talking to right now. It was meant to be a place where Seppa J might repose well entertained for eternity. The Pyramid of Imperial Majesty is guarded by the Throne of Heaven, patrolled by constructs home to a diadem made of multiple wish gems of dazzling beauty and value. It was meant to be a place where Seppa J might recognize her regality for eternity. The Tomb of the Gentle Breeze, guarded by the RA nymphs, came to be outdated information, was intended to be a place where Seppa J might rest in comfort for eternity. And the Tomb of Infinity was meant to be a place where Seppa J could be trapped for all eternity. So, you never knew who Seppa J was?
Well, I think Seppa J was probably the one that was ruling prior to.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking also.
You believe that was someone called Oshtar, whose eyes you already
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
it is.
Oh, star.
Oshtar.
Oh,
Guess who Seppa J
Star.
is?
Oh, star.
Did we just depart from when Elon jumped out?
We paused when Alon jumped out. She said a few things, but we paused when she said she's asking if any of you are Seppa J, because she's been waiting for Seppa J.
I will very loudly and very aggressively go, yes, one of us is Seppa J.
No kidding. Make a deception roll, I suppose.
What is that, 6?
Couldn't we just say we're on the welcoming committee?
That's going to be a triple tome. In fact,
Oh.
can I change something else? How do I do that?
You can spend 5 power to change 1 to quadruple after the fact.
I think that's worth it. So I'm going to spend 5 to make it a quadruple tome.
Wow.
Secrets.
Wow.
Secrets.
Wow.
Is very much the right vibe
Yeah.
for what you're doing on account of your sort of lying and trying to keep secrets. So, you say that she seems to she's like vibrating with excitement. That is absolutely wonderful, darling. I'm so excited. Well, and you're not going to tell me who it is? Are we? Is it a mystery
Well-
game? Is it like a murder mystery party? Are we all going to decide who the real Seppa J is? Is that how it's going to happen?
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
obviously Seppa J has not made an appearance in this realm for quite some time, and you have been waiting so patiently.
And now we have mysterious visitors, 5 candidates. Because I'm sure
But
that
of course,
a dragon of Sepajay's ability could become anyone she chose.
of
Yes.
course.
This is...
And if you can successfully suss out who it is, you win. If you
Oh,
cannot, then you lose.
The Pharaoh, as it turns out, is somewhat exciting and has a wonderful spirit to him. Very well. She turns to the chef when it says, "Cancel everything, darling. Make a completely new meal, something for murder. A murder mystery, not a murder mystery, an identity mystery, but we're gonna have a murder mystery vibe to it for sure." Tongart, you had a question?
No, I think I just figured out who Savage is.
So basically, as she's sort of saying all of this, she's so excited,
Pharaoh's wife.
looking at all of you, so excited about what's about to happen. As Tongard is like, "I think I know who Sepajay is," quietly. That is where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh,
And in 2 weeks, we'll have a murder mystery party as she tries to find out which of you is someone none of you
She's
are.
gonna just murder. She's just gonna murder us until she figures out which one
Probably,
of us
yes.
it is.
but she's quite
Oh my
mad. I don't know if
God.
that's good and bad.
I'm getting a real ab fab vibe here.
Yes.
I think that's not right. Wonderful. All right, guys. Well, great job. You made it into the temple. You
I hope that was a good move.
you encountered some people. No, there's no.
Surprise!
It's
All moves are good moves, my friend.
had you gone up the main places, you would have found some dragonborns in like the baths, the steam baths and such. Could have chilled out there. But yes, so you have met. You have now met Auset. You have heard of Sepajay. What Tongart? You said you think it is the Pharaoh's wife.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or at least someone that he, or
sweetheart.
someone he is
A consort?
pursuing. Yeah, like because if
Mm.
right, because it seems like all this stuff is built for her in honor of her, or to in some way to placate her, right? So
Or trap her.
Or trap
Also.
yeah.
Trap
So
her
it
one
seems
way or
like
another.
it's whatever method he's gonna. Each one is a different method to try to hold on to her,
That's right.
right? And if
But
Oshar
But
was the
it's
previous river, it
after
feels
she's
like-
dead, though.
Well, I think it doesn't matter. I
matter.
think he's probably like an eternal soul
what an
thing.
interesting point, XigXag. Yes, it does seem to be. It does seem to be for eternity, is the phrase used. Well, on that point,
That all twins.
we will be back in 2 weeks to watch a murder mystery party. As maybe as you're eliminated, you are actually murdered. So that's gonna be really fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was great. And we'll see you back for that. We have other games on this channel. Tomorrow, we have Lost Lore Academia. We are in the midst of a location gathering book fair where they finally figured out the big thing happened, which is this is all 5 of the players in the game finally did the same thing in one day, and they got a huge bonus modifier, which I've been trying to hint to them to do the whole time. They finally did it, and then guess what they did the next day? Not that, nor have they since. But there you go. They don't care about coordinating. Dan just wants Castle Poggi up for reasons that genuinely defy me.
I have no. I
They
have no idea.
already have a top flight one. It doesn't. Yeah. So been interesting in there.
Lost.
And then on Tuesday we are back with Gray in the Dark, where whatever's happening in Gray in the Dark is happening. It's that they've finally made it to the place in the Fairylands that's really close to the corresponding thing. So that's gonna be great. So watch us for those. Then on Friday, guys, last week's Blood from a Stone genuinely changed everything. If you have not watched it yet, definitely check out the VOD on that. That is the most substantial one since. I mean, maybe it wouldn't have meant anything in the early days of Paradise, but even halfway through Paradise, it would have. By the time the stuff in the mall went down with the mannequins and the oh, that was when Jed, that was when you were a goblin who ran and tried to hide in a dumpster when the mannequin started attacking you with hot dog on a stick. That was a great episode.
I remember that.
Since that one, the entire landscape has shifted, so that's some crazy stuff. So check that out. On Friday, we're gonna see where we go from there, because it's kind of a new beginning as the old order ends. A week from tonight, we'll be back with Mystic Starport, which is our Star Wars bi-weekly game, where just some stupid aliens will do nonsense and it'll be great. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back with this game to watch that murder mystery party. But that's not the only thing we plug on this channel, because we don't only just do this channel. People play on this channel. So, hey, people who play on this channel, you guys are up to...
Jed is streaming on YouTube.
I am streaming on YouTube occasionally. Sometimes I stream on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch at Deadwood Jedi. You can find me on YouTube at Deadwood Jedi. Like Raid Shadow Legends stuff. I'm your guy. And then we talking bullshit about other things. Been doing a lot of daily free-to-play content, and I spend half the time talking about my coffee in the morning. Delicious and delightful. You want to know what's been in your coffee? Watch my channel.
I gotta say, I participated this morning drinking my coffee, watching you drink your coffee and play Raid of Shadow Legends.
Right? Wonderful, wonderful time all around. Thank you for that. Why don't you tell us what you're up to?
Oh my god, you guys are throwing it to each other. This is amazing to watch.
I will be cooking on Instagram this week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. But I don't know what I'm making yet. I'll figure it out. Probably something with the air fryer because I broke down and got one. All of you MFers who told me to get an air fryer, I said no for so long, and then I got one, and now I really like it.
It's pretty
They're great.
They're pretty.
And in 2 weeks, I'll be cooking on YouTube Live, making low carb Scotch eggs.
Whoa!
Mm.
Wow.
If you guys have a suggestion of what she should make in her new air fryer, leave it in the comments below. Is that not what we do?
That's how you do it. That's how
Wrong
you do it.
platform. You can
do it.
throw it in chat, but it's more transitive.
Andrew, are you streaming this week?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Anna. On Tuesday, yeah, I was off last week, but this week I'm streaming on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We're hopefully finishing a medieval murder mystery with nuns
so
and the
good.
occult. Pentiment, which is one of the most fantastic games I've played. I've already broken down crying twice on stream, so if you like emotional reality and sensitive men, then tune in.
Where would we go to find that?
Which,
If you want to see a grown man cry,
if you want to see a grown man cry about real sad things, then it's Tuesday here on Twitch. Andrew is trying not to cry. And Pierce, do you have any media recommendations for us?
Yeah, actually, Philip and I were talking about this earlier, so I'll do this. I don't know that I've recommended this before. If you want to watch a show where you're going to constantly question for 4 seasons, is that actually happening? What is really going on? What is real here and what is not?
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Serpent on Apple TV Plus is fantastic.
What is it? Serpent?
Servant.
It's on Apple TV.
Servant.
I just started it, so yeah.
Yeah, well, it has the M. Night Shyamalan name on it.
Oh, no.
It's much more of the like, here's my name to get the show made.
I think he imparted certain things that are like his better qualities
agree.
onto it. I agree,
but it is.
I will say it is one of the better looking TV shows I've seen.
Yeah,
it is so.
You want to see
well
like,
shot.
and if you want to see just like a house that you would love to live in and own, that just seems to have everything. They just constantly perfect kitchen. Oh, look, there's a wine cellar. They'll just keep adding rooms that you're just like, I would like to have this. That's also this show, as well as like weird culty stuff or something. I don't know. It's
just
good.
watch it for the house.
Weird
I'm
culty
here for
stuff
the
is
house.
If you want to see,
They should
Toby
do Property
Kebbell.
Brothers like Haunted Edition or whatever, or like House where it's just like, this house is completely haunted after a cult engaged in all sorts of weird ritualistic sacrifices back in the 60s. But now it has a fresh modern kitchen. And check out these automatic sliding deck doors. Oh my god. Well, I'll recommend What's the Story Morning Glory? The Oasis album from before some people were born.
Not me.
Not no one
of
here.
them.
Not this game. This game is all
This is the
respectable.
We're the
old
we're the
fogies group.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Seems
That album was
I
transformative for us.
finally fit in somewhere.
God, it's disgusting. Yeah, but I did, Jed. I did hear you say "Don't look back in anger" earlier. I don't think I fully reacted to it at the time, but
Yeah.
I wanted to say that before we were off stream. That you did. I heard that.
I had to
was,
look up.
Was into it.
I don't know their songs that well, but I. Had to
Oh,
look
do you
them
not
up.
know that? That song is
We
so
are
good.
using these.
Don't Look Back
Yeah.
in Anger is such a. I think that's my favorite Oasis song.
It's fantastic.
Not that Oasis is a super formative band for me. I more just like to joke about the idea that Noel and Liam Gallagher. I like the idea that there's these brothers who have like a weird like vibe is just really funny to me. So cool. Well, I feel like I took whatever momentum we had to end it and ruined it by talking about Oasis. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, roar from the diaphragm.
Roar.
Roar.
Champagne Super Rora.
Champagne
roar.
Super Rorva. Okay.